Hey everyone, welcome to your Universe Z, the place where we talk all about the Dragon Ball universe. Today we are going to go through Beerus' reaction after meeting Broly. And if you would like to see more Dragon Ball content, please leave your like and subscribe to join our Universe Z. As a character that has gained a lot of prominence over the years thanks to his incredible powers, stylish design, and good gameplay, Broly has received so much attention that they even produced a movie in his honor, complete with amazing fights, great animation, and the telling of his story and past. Since his last animated fight, much has been asked about what the character's combat would be like against others in the Dragon Ball franchise. Some may seem too weak against a Super Saiyan as powerful and legendary as Broly, but perhaps others that match up or are superior could give us a pretty interesting fight depending on how they play out. No, but I wonder how a fight between Broly and a god of destruction would play out. Is Beerus really as far above Broly as we think? Would Broly be able to fight him equally? In today's video we will look back a bit on these two characters, their powers, and ponder what the outcome of this battle would be. Beerus, also known as Beerus the Destroyer, is the god of destruction of the 7th universe, his occupation being to maintain balance by destroying planets. He is powerful, confident, and a hot-headed obsessive. The god of destruction is powerful, but also playful, like most cats. He is also a gourmet chef, and his temple is filled with fish and other foods. While he is a scary god, his cat-like gestures and variety of facial expressions separate him from most evil antagonists. However, Beerus is hot-headed and is immediately irritated by trivial things, such as being defeated in a game of hide-and-seek or being denied pudding. He is also quite confident in his superior power, as he has been proven to be one of the strongest opponents confronted by the Z Warriors. Despite his extreme power and work as the god of destruction, Beerus is well educated. He uses exclusively polite pronouns of the masculine, in Japanese, boku, to refer to himself instead of the rude or, and using kimi to refer to everyone. As someone so powerful, Beerus possesses several rather impressive abilities. He can fly with his ki, he can shoot ki to destroy planets, he is immune to various things like Demigra's black magic, poisons, and normal ki. He has a strong digestive system that can consume even Chrono's terrible food, powerful lungs that allow him to breathe in the stratosphere, like when he faced Super Saiyan God Goku. Has extreme longevity that allows him to live for thousands of years. He can use his tail to attack his opponents, can guess the future through his prophetic dreams, although they are rarely accurate, can use Ultra Ego and Autonomous Ultra Instinct. Beerus has his life tied to shins, which means that if one of them dies, the other will die as well, to avoid an imbalance between the natural forces of creation and destruction that they both represent. The god of destruction can also knock his opponent out with a simple flick of his finger on someone's forehead like a headshot, can deliver counterattacks quickly, can produce a powerful aura sphere against his opponents, can knock them unconscious by attacking at pressure points, can use quick attacks and strikes of various combinations that can mix just body attacks or ki together. Beerus can also create absurd and gigantic spheres of power, firing attacks worthy of a god. He is also able to use a sealing spell and hear over long distances thanks to his long ears. Due to Beerus' power, even a simple sneeze could produce an explosion powerful enough to destroy both suns on Beerus' planet. He is also able to nullify energy and attacks that use energy. He can also destroy anything, including gods and ghosts. The god of destruction is able to create at least 11 clones of himself in battle, can create energy shields for defense, is immune to having his power sealed by the waves produced by suppression wave machines, and can even warp space with his cataclysmic orb. Indeed, these are too many abilities for a god of destruction. Or rather, maybe they are enough, since we could expect no less from someone with such a title. When we compare him to Broly, things get a little interesting. Let's remember that Broly is a powerful Saiyan mutant and the son of Paragus. He is the most recent of the legendary Super Saiyajins of the 7th universe, demonic Saiyan warriors who appear every 1,000 years. Because his power level was said to exceed that of Prince Vegeta, he was imprisoned on the planet Vampa, where he was raised by his father until he was rescued at the age of 41. Broly, like all Saiyans in the 7th universe, possesses a tail, which allows him to transform into Uzuru after seeing a full moon that emits Blutz rays in an amount exceeding 17 million Xenos. Broly possesses a power boost that is a product of his rage and fury, used when the Saiyan connects with his primitive side. As explained by Paragus, this form uses the power of the Uzuru transformation while still in the human form of the Saiyan, but this power is very difficult to obtain and control. Like several other Saiyans, he has the ability to transform into a Super Saiyan. In this form, his hair rises to a golden color, his pupils disappear, and his muscles increase similarly to his Fury form. Until he arrived on Earth, Broly had never transformed into a Super Saiyan. Broly has the ability to transform into a unique state called Broly Super Saiyan. Total power. In this form, his hair takes on a green hue and his muscles and size increase even more than in his other forms, reaching 10 feet tall, and increases his powers to a much higher level than his previous forms, requiring the power of Gogeta in Super Saiyan Blue to defeat him. Besides his well-known transformations, we have some other very important abilities to mention about him. Broly can fly through ki, can use ki blast, possesses heat resistance, is able to adapt in combat quickly, can copy another fighter's technique after seeing it used at least once, can attack at high speed and in punch combos, being able to break down his opponent's resistance, can create energy spheres and shoot them in the direction of his opponents and combine this attack with his fast movements. Broly can also create energy shields around himself or around other things to protect. Now that we have recalled a bit about the abilities, powers, and transformations of both characters, we can even think about what the initial interaction of these two would be like. As we mentioned before, Beerus, despite being a god of destruction, is usually quite polite and acts quite normally with other beings. However, if provoked, he can become quite annoying and persistent with his hot head and tendency to want to get rid of everything that bothers him. We saw this in the anime over and over again, which ended up generating conflicts, sometimes even useless. Broly, of course, as someone who is slowly learning to adapt with fighting and with the world, can be someone quite difficult to deal with at first. It is assumed that he would not provoke Beerus on his own. However, if the god of destruction became irritated with his behavior, this could trigger in a somewhat intense fight. We must remember that defeating a god, let alone a god of destruction, is not easy at all. There are very few candidates capable of taking on Beerus in a straightforward, one-on-one fashion. A mortal strong enough to face Beerus would be Jiren himself, who was presented as someone stronger than the gods themselves. So, despite all the power that Beerus currently has, Jiren and Broly would probably be one of the few characters that would definitely stand a chance in a man-to-man fight against the god of destruction. Dragon Ball Super has already compared the levels of Goku, Broly or Jiren to Beerus, hinting that they may not be that far apart. In addition, Beerus has been annoyed many times with Goku becoming stronger and stronger. Meanwhile, Goku says that he thinks Broly can overcome even Beerus. Jiren, on the other hand, has been described as more powerful than a god of destruction. So we can say that both Goku and Broly and Jiren are characters who can probably already defeat Beerus, or come very close to it, in Dragon Ball Super. It is quite likely that Goku is the one who has the best chance of succeeding, as he has finally mastered Superior Instinct, and is much stronger than that version that fought Jiren. Although Jiren is probably also stronger now, perhaps Goku is superior at the moment. It is also possible that Goku would have defeated Broly had he been able to activate Superior Instinct. In the case of a fight between Beerus and Broly in their prime, it is possible that Broly could be one step away from fighting him mano a mano, perhaps not easily, but certainly in a rather compromising way. If he were able to use Superior Instinct or had a card up his sleeve, he would certainly be able to defeat him, or at the very least come to a draw. But we would only be absolutely sure if we actually had a fight between the two of them taking place. Who knows, maybe one day it will happen, but what about you? Do you think Broly can beat Beerus? Would he be able to adapt to the fight and defeat him? Let us know in the comments your theory of who would win. That's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for videos, don't forget to comment here below, because I'll be reading all of them as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your Universe Z.